Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today on the table we're going to do a comparison video between the Benelli M4 and we have a Beretta 1301 Tactical. Let's get this going. If you're going to carry a gun, you need a great holster. I personally use betterholsters.com for my concealed carry, for my out the waistband carry, and I use their gun belt also. They have over 450 models in stock, 50 different colors, 100% made in the US of A, 30-day money-back guarantee, and a lifetime warranty. What more could you ask for? Check out betterholsters.com. All right, folks, as I said, we have the Benelli and then we have the Beretta. Right off the bat, before we even start, I'm going to tell you, well, before we even start at that point, this is just my opinion. You know, if you disagree with me, that's cool. If you like one over the other, and maybe I have different opinions than you, it's okay. It's just a fun video doing a comparison, okay? All right, but right off the bat, I'm going to tell you the weight difference is pretty significant between the Benelli M4 and the Beretta. The Beretta is almost a solid 2 pounds lighter, and you definitely feel that when you pick up these guns. Now I'm going to start with the Benelli M4. This is my tried and true trusted Benelli. I've owned this for several years and I freaking love this gun. So I do have a couple of upgrades on here. I'll go over what originally came with it, why I upgraded it, and things like that. All right. Now at the back here, this is a Mesa Tactical stock. This is a change from the standard Benelli stock that comes on it for a couple of reasons why I changed it. It was a little longer for me. I'm a shorter fella, and so this is a shorter length, so it's better for me to have this on here. Also, since this was imported from Italy, it was not. It had like a restriction on it. It was it wasn't 92R compliant. Excuse me, it was 92R compliant. But because I wanted to put an extended tube and things on there, I had to change out a couple different parts. But that's the second reason why I put this on, because it's made in the US of A, and I needed to keep the gun 92R compliant. But overall, it's just a better stock for me compared to the original. Now this actually has the same stock. This one is the same stock as the Beretta, so I'll go over this one. We won't have to go over it on the Beretta. So it has a limb saver on the back here, nice rubber butt pad, has your original QD mounts, actually not QD mounts, your original sling attachment mounts on either side, and then you have the grip here. This pistol grip is all one piece with the stock. It's rubber overmold, it's got some nice grooves on there. You can get a really nice grip on that. To take this butt pad off, there's a little button here, you push in, pop the end piece off, and there's a screw in there. Take the screw out and you can change the stock to anything you would like. But I definitely like the Mesa stock. It's been solid for me, very happy with it. Now also, let's go straight to the top here. We have some ghost ring sights here, and then a single blade at the front. Very easy to pick up, very quick on these, but I do like to run a red dot on my pretty much any gun. So currently I'm still running, this is my Hollow Sun. It is because somebody's going to ask me, HS403R to MOA. I've had this for a couple of years, and it's bounced around from gun to gun, and it is held up fantastic, and especially for the price. It's been very good. Anyway, all right, and it sits on top of a 1913 pick rail that does come on the Benelli. That's already in place there, so that's very, very handy. Now, moving it down, you can see right here, I have an oversized charging handle right off the bat. This is a GG&G charging handle. The original one that comes was a little small and thin for me, and this one for me it's got some really nice texturing on it. I get a nice grip on it, even my hands are wet from wearing gloves. So I did upgrade the charging handle, and that is why. And it works fantastic, but that's why I did change it. Now you'll also notice here, this is not a standard bolt catch and release for the Benelli. Also, normally it comes with just a little button, and for me it was a little hard to manipulate that. Occasionally I felt like I wanted something that was easier to hit. That's why I put the pad on. Again, it's made by GG&G. And it is on there. If you have a Benelli, I highly recommend putting on that kind of, or something like that, like just because that button is so small. So again, that's another upgrade I did. Moving down, we have the trigger. The trigger is approximately 4 pounds. It's got a little bit of take up. You got a decent brake. And then you've got the reset. You got a little bit of let out, very tactile and audible brake. So it's a nice trigger, especially in a shotgun. It is not too shabby in the slightest. Okay, now we do have the safety right here, and it is smooth, kind of a triangle shape right there. Now moving on up, obviously we have the handguard here. You can get aftermarket parts for this, but this is the original handguard. Underneath this handguard, we have the Benelli Acro gas system, self-cleaning, 2 pistons underneath here. Amazing system. Apparently, I think it was the Marine shot like 22,000 rounds through this before it needed cleaning, which blows my mind. I will probably never be able to shoot 22,000 shotgun rounds through this gun, but that is damn impressive. Okay, we have obviously a sling attachment right here. Yeah, so we have an 18.5-inch barrel. On the tube here, now I did say, because when this was imported, it did have a restrictor on here. Obviously, I have added this tube in here. It's a made in the USA tube, keeping the gun at 922R compliant. So now it did come standard 5+1 in the chamber, depending on your ammo, but now I have a full-size tube on here. It's 7+1, again, depending on the ammo, and you can ghost load with this if you want. So that's pretty much it. We should go over loading this gun and unloading, because this will play a part. I have no problems with it, but I just wanted to give you guys a look at it. It's a little narrow, straight up and down on the edges, and I'm showing this because when I compare the Beretta, it's important for you to know that. So overall, I actually love the shotgun. It is expensive. We'll go over that closer to the end, but I do love the shotgun. 100% reliable for me, and it runs like a freaking champ. All right, let's go to the Beretta right off the bat. I can tell you right now, it is definitely lighter, as I said. Okay, Mesa Tactical stock, we're not gonna go over that again. Comes standard with the Beretta 1301 Tactical with the pistol grip. So thumbs up for me, do like it. Okay, coming up to the top of the gun for the sights, we have pretty much identical sights on here compared to the Benelli. It's the ghost sights and the single blade at the front. They work fantastic, just like the Benelli. You do have a 1913 pick reel. It's a little smaller than what's on the Benelli, but again, it's perfect for sitting on, you know, a red dot, pretty much any of your choice. It should fit just fine. Now, this gun is right out of the box. There's no modifications on this gun. This is exactly how it comes. Comes with an oversized charging handle, which I do like. Works great. Got some ridges on there, and it works very well. So right out of the box, that's a huge improvement over the standard Benelli charging handle. However, I do prefer my upgraded charging handle. So right out of the box, you have this oversized bolt catch and release, which again, very easy to manipulate, and it's right out of the box again, which is what I like the most. Now, speaking of oversized, pretty much everything on this gun's been oversized, and Beretta's just done it right, for my opinion. You do have the safety right here is textured, and it works great. Moving it down to the trigger, we have about the same weight as the Benelli. You got just a little bit of take up, nice clean break. It's a light trigger, and then the reset, a little bit of let out, nice tactile and positive trigger. The triggers for me, and the triggers are subjective, I think the triggers are pretty much a wash. I don't think I have a preference. It's not like one's like, ooh, that's so much nicer. They're pretty similar in my opinion. I really don't have a winner on that field. Okay, and then we come up to the barrel. We have an 18.5-inch barrel. This is not threaded or anything like that on the tactical, so if you want to add chokes or anything like that, make sure you check what model of Beretta you're getting. Again, this one does not have it. Underneath this handguard, actually about the handguard, we have, you'll notice the length of it again compared to the Benelli. This one is almost a full length. Some very aggressive texturing all the way around the bottom here, and it's very, very grippy. So once you get it up there and you get a grip on that, your hand's not coming loose. Very, very grippy indeed. Underneath the handguard, we have the Blink gas operating system from Beretta. They say it is about 33% faster than the leading semi-auto shotgun on the market. I can definitely confirm this thing is fast. Is it noticeably faster than the Benelli? Yeah, I think so. Now, I mean, my shoulder does not like to go as fast as that anyway, but it's definitely noticeably faster than the Benelli in my opinion. So there is that. And then again, this one is been imported, it's 92R compliant, but they have obviously got the extended tube already in this one, which I did like. Again, I'm not having to spend money on upgrades. So this tube is already in there, 7+1, again, ammo dependent. So same capacity as the Benelli M4. Now, one of the reasons I mentioned about loading and unloading this gun is because we need to look down here, it's been widened and it's beveled. So it makes it very easy for sliding shells in here, makes it more comfortable and definitely a lot faster than loading the Benelli. Although I'm not like the greatest shotgun person in the world, but it's definitely more comfortable and more noticeable being able to load the Beretta 1301. So I have a ton more time behind the Benelli M4 than I do this 1301, but I can tell you that the Benelli M4 for me is a much softer shooting gun. Now that's probably going to come down because it's 2 pounds heavier, maybe some other things, but the Benelli M4 is definitely the smoother shooter. But in saying that, you know, there's pros and cons to both. Now for me, and it's probably because this is lighter, it definitely has that felt more recoil. So, sorry, and I know I'm talking fast, there's just a lot of info to go over and I don't want to drag this video out too long for you guys. So let's compare them. So right out of the box, the Benelli needs upgrades in my opinion. You need the extended tube, I needed that pad, and the charging handle was definitely a personal thing, but I think the tube and the pad is a definite must in my opinion. Obviously I added Mesa stock, but that again is to do with my size and keeping the gun 922R compliant, and I have another the followers 922R compliant piece, but right out of the box, this is expensive. You know, these are going to set you back about $1,800, and then in upgrades that I put in it, the barrel I think was like 200, or excuse me, the tube was like 200 bucks. I think the pad, the bolt catch and release was like 100, 120, maybe 50. I also can't remember the pricing off the top of my head. And then I put the stock. So, you know, I was probably at least, I mean, just $400 in upgrades for the Benelli M4 for me to get it where I wanted it. For me, with the Beretta 1301 for upgrades, I don't foresee anything that I need to change on this gun right out of the box. And this gun is going to set you back about $1,500. So you're already cheaper out of the box, and there's no upgrades, in my opinion, that's really needed. Unless, obviously, you know, you want to put on a handguard that has some M-LOK slots. Again, if you're using this as a home defense gun, I would do that and put a light on here or some sort of mount to do that. But anyway, so right out of the box, this for me is better value. So it's going to come down to which one do you prefer, right? Do you like easier loading, much faster shooting, but more recoil and it's less expensive? Or do you prefer a gun that's heavier, a little slower, but rugged as a mother, but it's a lot more money? So I don't know, which one would you prefer? For me, it's really hard. I love my Benelli M4. I've had it for a few years and I'm a huge fan of it. But I'm definitely not disappointed with this Beretta 1301. So again, it depends on your budget and your needs and what you want it to do. I don't know, I'm curious, which one would you choose? I think I would still stick with my Benelli M4, to be honest with you, although this Beretta 1301 is no joke and it's right up there with the M4, but I do prefer my M4, to be honest. But that's my personal opinion. I'm curious on your guys' opinion. Which one would you prefer? If you shot both of them, which one do you prefer, and so on. But that's it for me, folks. Any questions, any comments, please ask them below. Happy to help you out. And that's it. Until next time, I'll catch you later.